Hey, a bunch of puncher here, and I got some more Say the Wolves gameplay for you all. I finally got a chance to check out Ken as well as some of the updates that they did to the Smart Style system. Now, I'm sorry that I'm a bit late in talking about this because Ken has been out for a little while, but I've been busy with Sagat and Street Fighter 6, doing the Master Rank climb. But I kind of wanted to take a break from Street Fighter, and I figured it's been a while since I've played Say the Wolves. So, here I am, and now is a perfect time because one of the characters I was most anticipating when they first announced the DLC is finally out, that being Ken. I feel like Ken's like a solid fit for me because, if my Street Fighter 6 experience has been anything so far, I seem to have kind of an affinity for Shotos, at least to some degree. And the only other Shoto that was kind of in this game was, yeah, I mean, I'll count him like Marco, but Marco had kind of a weird integration with the smart style control scheme that I just couldn't really like gel with, you know. Um, so I kind of dropped them after a while, but that actually might change because in this latest patch, it was kind of news to me that they updated some of the smart style some of the smart style mechanics. But before I get into that, in regards to how Ken was adapted into this game, it's very well, and in regards to like the smart style control scheme, it's very straightforward. I would compare it to how Ryu is. I mean, I get no, yeah, I guess I would compare it to like how Ryu is in like modern controls in Street Fighter 6. So for example, with like the special mapping, you have neutral special, which is the Idoken, forward special is the Shoryuken, back special is spinning Tatsu, whereas and down special is Dragon Lash for Ken, where in Street Fighter 6, down special is like Donkey Kick, but Ken doesn't have Donkey Kick, so they gave him Dragon Lash. And yeah, I think it aligns more because I might be misremembering. I don't think Ken or I don't know if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, I don't think Ken has spinning Tatsu in with the modern controls in Street Fighter 6, but they gave it to him with the smart style in See the Wolves. But no, anyways, I think he's a lot of fun. It's nice. It feels very familiar. He feels very familiar to me coming from like, playing like Sagat and like Akuma. Right. And I like some of his now. Again, this might kind of spill over into a bit of the next topic, but I also like kind of a bit of the flexibility that they gave him with the smart style control scheme. I don't know if this is something that's like across the board with all the characters with the new update, but like at least from my experience with Ken, you could like kind of link a lot of things together. For example, you could go they kind of gave him like a Gatling where you could do like punch, kick, and auto combo button, and it like does like a short sequence like punch, kick, and then like ends with like a his flaming Shoryuken, and then you can also just do that with like kick and the auto combo button, and as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, he's the only character that like has that in the smart style control scheme. I might have to experiment more. Maybe they added it with other characters. But so no, that makes him a ton of fun. Again, but I think what's really helping me with Ken in the smart style is the just the general changes that they made to the control scheme as a whole. So with this latest patch, they finally gave smart style players the ability to break and rev, which has been highly requested and really does a lot now having those tools. Mostly with breaking, you might see in some of this footage here that that I'm able to break and actually like kind of extend into like a nice combo, linking, ending with like my super, right? Which before would not have been possible. There's only like a handful of characters that I think could have really done that. Like, what's his name? I think Vox is his name. Yeah, he's like the shaved head dude. But like what you could do with him, for example, is like you could do his like his auto combo sequence, it like launches the opponent in the air, and then you could do your super, and that's like a way you could combo into the super like that. But like a lot of characters really didn't have that, you know. Um, so it's nice that with the breaking system, you get access to like these more like I guess these more advanced combos. And with this update, I think if you have like good fundamentals, like smart style players can stand somewhat toe to toe with more experienced players. Now, I don't know if I can say this is enough to necessarily make it like viable in like a highly competitive standard. I think the main thing you're missing right now is the ability to, if I'm remembering the mechanic correctly, rev excel, right? So you can rev excel in smart style, but it, at least again from my testing, it's locked to the auto combo sequence, right? So you can't do it like linking from like the punch or the kick. You have to do it from the auto combo sequence, and even then, it's like certain. It's like only from certain starting positions and stuff like that. So I think that's significant enough to where it kind of locks you out of it locks smart style players out of like higher competitive play. But still, like I said, if you have good fundamentals and you understand the system of this game, you might be able to get you might be able to get like further now because you have breaking and feinting. Also to note, I think there is some caveat. I remember reading there is some caveat with feinting. Like you can't like I don't know how they described it, like feint cancel into certain hits or something like that. But still, having it at least somewhat is nice. But no, coming back to this game, it is it's very fun. God, I missed having a dash macro. I love when fighting games do that. Not that I hate like dashing normally, but it's like, especially on a pad, it feels nicer to just use a dash macro to get in and out. And I missed it, man. I'm trying to think what other games in the future. I don't know if 2XKO is going to have a dash macro. I don't think so. Because as it is, like the controller, like all the buttons are pretty much, I think, being utilized in that game to some degree. I could be wrong though. But yeah, that is going to do it for me here. I guess just as kind of for future plan stuff, you might not see me until hopefully I get into the closed beta for 2XKO. And if so, I'll give you footage of that because I'm really looking forward to that. I think Blitzcrank is the next character that's going to be announced, and I'm so down because he might actually be my main. But we'll have to wait and see. And I'm really hoping that I get into that closed beta. But if not that, then you'll probably see me playing Street Fighter 6 down the line. Obviously when Alex or Ingrid come out, I'll check them out. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. Enjoy the rest of the footage and take care.
Up and over! You're good! PG! Wait! Yeah! Round 2. Get ready. Fight! Connected! Connected! You can! Are you done? No way! Connected! Hadouken! Connected! Connected! Hadouken! Hadouken! Are you done? No way! Hadouken! Hadouken! Boom! Gotta counterattack! Hadouken! Just warming up! Hadouken! Ken, win!
Let's have some fun. For the love of the game.
You and me? Whatever. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Round 1. Get ready. Fight! SPT! Hadouken! Hadouken! Hadouken!
Come on!
Hadouken!
Come on!
Hadouken!
Come on! Push it!
Gotta go! No way!
Come on! Push it!
Take this! Ora! Ora! No way! Hadouken! Hadouken! PT!
Come on! Old world.
No
Come
way!
on!
No way! Coming at ya! Come on! Bullseye! You wish! Bullseye! Ken, win! Yeah! Round 2. Get ready! Fight!
Come on! You need a hand?
Keep
Come on.
it coming!
Come on! Come on!
PT! Hadouken! 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 Dreamer! Gotcha!
Hands up! Come on!
You win!
Now we're definitely way ahead of you.
It's all over!
Old world. Come on!
Hadouken! Hadouken! Hadouken!
Now we're talking.
Deal! It's Ronaldo wins! Final round! Get ready! Fight! SPT! Hadouken!
You need a hand? Come on! Come on!
Hadouken!
Come on!
Hadouken!
Come on!
Just win! SPT!
Come on!
Hadouken! Fire it up! Coming at ya!
Now we're
Just amateurs! Don't blink! You'll miss it! That all you got? Ringo time! 10! Fire it up! Coming at ya! Hadouken! You win!